I've run a clean campaign. I've been talking about the issues in this race. My opponent has not been talking about the issues. My opponent's been in City Hall for 40 years, been in her seat for 17 years, never had an opponent, never been held accountable, and not once has she ever had to be accountable for her record. And instead of talking about what her vision is for this city, what her plans are to fix this community, she's instead relied on scurrilous attacks. And I really just got to bring this up. I have a letter here sent out by her campaign, paid for by her campaign, by former Mayor Judith Baez, to all the Hispanics in the city saying that I'm an immigrant basher. Now that's odd, considering that an organization that I founded that's become a national powerhouse, that the Wall Street Journal said that I have no one has risen higher or faster than I have in my movement. A person who has a Hispanic stepfather who considers his own father. A person who has had immigrants in his organization, paid for immigrants to go to Washington, D.C. to lobby, and I'm considered an immigrant basher. And my opponent has paid for this. And yet she signed a Code of Fair Practices oath that she would not engage in such activity. There's been other smears that have been thrown out there by opponents of mine on her behalf, and she has not repudiated those, even though she said she would by signing this oath. Now, you tell me who's playing the race card in this race? The person mailing out that I'm an immigrant basher to all the Hispanics in the city, and as far as I can tell, it's all the Hispanics because I've talked to numerous people, and the only ones who received it have a Hispanic surname. That's kind of odd. So, who's the one playing the race card in the city? Joseph Turner, who has a plan and a vision for tackling the problems facing our community? Or more of the same? More of 17 years of failure and neglect. And it's been failure and neglect.